Hey guys, my name is Donnie, and I know exactly what you're thinking, and honestly, I've got no idea myself. Anyways guys, welcome back to my channel, and this year we're once again starting off with a bang. Guys, I'm going to be working on this little smart car. Why a smart car, you ask? Because smart cars are cool. But guys, the real reason why I'm going to be working on this smart car is because I plan on throughout the year starting a huge bus build. I'm going to be building a camper touring bus, and this is going to be the little pod that I want to draw behind the bus on an A-frame so that we can then have it for mobility when you reach our destinations. But this little smart car has had a bit of wear on it. All the plastic parts are starting to crack and so on, and I decided then that rather than replacing it with OEM parts, I'm going to be replacing this whole body with carbon fiber, and I think that's going to be awesome. But unfortunately, this little smart car gave me another surprise the other day, and it caught fire. So I need to fix that before I can start with the exterior. Let me show you the damage. So guys, here is what the damage looks like. We're not very sure of the cause of the fire yet, but I reckon it was something like a fuel line that got nicked and a spark or something then caused it to ignite. And as you can see, it did get some damage from the fire. It was not too extreme. Luckily, the body and so on is still in good condition. They were able to put it out rather fast, but stuff like the harness and the manifolds and so on did get damaged. And what I need to do now is make a list of all the things that I need to repair this engine. But I think the best thing for me to do is going to be to take this whole sub-assembly with the engine and gearbox out from underneath the car, and then I'll be able to make a much more thorough list of everything and see the extent of the damage that this fire caused. And if I can then replace all the parts and get the engine running and put it back into the car and get it started, then I can start working on the exterior and replace the exterior plastic parts with the custom carbon fiber pieces that I'm going to be making. So without any further ado, I'm going to remove this rear bumper and then start seeing how I can remove the engine, and I'll update you when that is done. Okay guys, there we go. I took out the whole sub-assembly, and it was very easy to do actually. The most time I spent was just to make sure that I wasn't tugging or pulling on anything that was still connected. But this sub-assembly is only connected with 4 bolts on each side, and then you need to loosen these 3 water pipes, and then there's a ground cable at the back and a positive lead that goes in to where the starter and the alternator is, and yeah, that's and one more wire that goes to the ignition here, and then there is a very small harness that goes into the body. And I saw that it was actually spliced on the inside of the car, so what I did was I cut it off on the splices because I want to leave this harness in place because it got damaged by the fire, and I want to be able to repair it. And when I've done with that, I can just put it back in and I'll solder everything back together again, and it should be 100%. So guys, the next thing that I need to do now is I'm going to make a list of everything that got damaged and that I need to replace, and I'll go and look for some replacement parts, and then I can come back and clean up this sub-assembly and put the new parts on there and make sure that everything is fine, and put this whole thing back into the car and see if we can get it started. So let me go and see if I can get some of these parts, and I'll meet you back in the shop. And if only there was a tree that grew some smart parts. This looks like a very smart bush. Smart indeed. It's got all kinds of fruits. What is this? Might this just be some smart parts? I think I'll take it. Beautiful. Cool. Smart. What a stroke of luck. Had a smart tree in my backyard all along. Okay guys, so now that I got a hold of all the parts that got damaged by the fire, I can clean up this engine a little bit and then put those parts on there and start working on repairing the harness that also got damaged. So I'm going to start with that, but I'll keep you guys updated. Okay guys, there we go. I think I have put back everything the way it was before this car was in the fire. I did spend a lot of time doing that harness, making sure that it was 100%, and I also opted to replace the water pump because even though there was nothing wrong with it, I think it is going to be a pain to replace that one at a later stage. So I just swapped it out whilst this sub-assembly was out of the car. And I got to tell you, another thing that I noticed is that this, I don't know if it was the extinguisher's powder or something, but it did a number on the aluminium. It really corroded this aluminium, something bad, and I tried my best to clean it as good as I could, but it's still not looking very pretty. But at least I think everything is the way it should be. Another thing that I also did off camera was I removed the fuel tank because the harness that goes down to the fuel pump also got damaged, and I had to renew that and fix it. And also the fuel lines, the high pressure fuel lines that goes in to the injectors or the fuel rail had to be replaced also, and I did that underneath the car. But guys, I think that everything is now in such a spot that I can start putting it back into the car, and then we can start it and see if all of my effort has paid off. Okay guys, I've now finished installing the whole engine, and I think I've connected all of the pipes and I've soldered all of the wires back together again. And what I want to do now is I'm going to try and start it. And I decided that I will do this, or it's going to be the first attempt on camera. So I've not connected the battery or anything yet. It is raining cats and dogs at the moment, so I hope that you will be able to hear over the microphone. But let's see what the first start sounds like. Obviously the fuel system is empty, so it's still probably going to have to need to be primed and so on. But I'm going to give it a go on camera and see if it starts. Okay, it's not happy with something. I think the immobilizer or something is screwing me around. Okay, so I did see that one of the fuses in the fuse box had blown, which makes absolutely sense because of the wires that got burnt. So I'm gonna see now if I can get it started. Okay, one more go. Success! Got it started. Beautiful. So there was another fuse box underneath the passenger seat. It's like a secret fuse box. Who would have known? There it goes. There we go, guys. Started. What a success. Beautiful. Okay guys, that ended up to being a bit of an anxious couple of seconds getting this thing started. But like I said, after I changed out the fuses that had popped, which makes absolutely sense because all these wires got melted, the car started eventually after the air bled out of the fuel system, which is beautiful, and it's running on all 3 cylinders. There was a fuse box underneath the dashboard, which makes sense, and then there was another hidden fuse box underneath the seat, and I cannot understand how Smart thought that that was a good idea. So I swapped those fuses out and the car's running perfectly now. Okay, so now that I've got the mechanicals sorted on this little car, I can move on to the more exciting stuff, and that is making or refabricating these plastic parts, or cladding them or skinning them out of carbon fiber, real carbon fiber. And I think that is going to be very, very exciting. It's going to be very challenging, I am sure, but exciting nonetheless, and I think the end results are going to be absolutely superb. So I hope to see you guys next week when I start doing that. But until then, thanks for watching. Cheers!